A man in a maroon shirt and red boots walked into the middle of the main street of Yellow Sky. In his hands were heavy black revolvers. Scratchy Wilson's shouts and shrill cries echoed around the deserted town. His face was flushed with rage that came from whiskey. His eyes scanned the still doorways and windows, waiting for an ambush. "Come out now. The time has come." Scratchy was calling to the sky. He bellowed and fumed and swayed. His revolver swung in every direction. The dog of the barkeeper of the Weary Gentleman's Saloon still lay dozing in front of his master's door. Laughing, the man paused and raised his revolver. The dog sprang up and walked diagonally away, growling. The man yelled after him. The dog began to run. A bullet hit the ground directly before the dog. He screamed, ran in a new direction. Another shot rang out, and the dog disappeared around the corner. The man stood laughing, his weapons at his hips. Scratchy Wilson approached the closed door of the Weary Gentleman's Saloon. Hammering with a revolver, he shouted, "Open up! I want a drink!" The door remained closed. Wilson picked up a bit of paper from the floor and nailed it to the framework with a knife. Turning his back on the bar, he began walking to the opposite side of the street. Suddenly, he span on his heels quickly. He fired at the bit of paper and missed it by a few centimetres. Swearing to himself, Scratchy Wilson fired more shots. The man was playing with this town. It was a toy for him. Jack Potter. Scratchy staggered off to hunt down his old enemy. But when he reached his address, another locked door faced him. Scratchy Wilson reloaded his revolvers. He began firing again. Potter and his bride walked quickly, their heads bent against the strong wind. They talked in low voices, laughing at a private joke together. "Next corner, dear," he said finally. "We're nearly at our new home." As they circled the corner, they came face to face with a man in a maroon shirt. Scratchy Wilson was pushing cartridges into a large revolver. Instantly dropping this gun to the ground, he pulled another from its holster. The second weapon was aimed at the bridegroom's chest. There was silence. Potter dropped the bag to the sand. The bride's face turned a strange, snake-like yellow. The two men faced each other, 3 paces apart. Scratchy smiled with a new and quiet ferocity. "Try to sneak up on me," he said. Potter made a slight movement. Wilson lifted his revolver. "Don't try anything, Jack Potter. Don't move an eyelash. You do what I tell you." Potter looked at his enemy. "I'm not carrying a gun, Scratchy," he said. His thoughts were with the Pullman carriage, all that sea green velvet, his glorious marriage. "I can't fight you this time, Scratchy Wilson. I ain't got a gun on me." His enemy's face went red with fury. Wilson stepped forward, waving his weapon to and before Potter's chest. Don't you lie to me. No man in Texas has ever seen you without a gun. His eyes blazed. It's the truth, Scratchy, answered Potter. His heels had not moved an inch backward. I don't have a gun. Shoot me if you're going to. You'll never get a chance like this again. Why ain't you got a gun? Wilson sneered. Been to Sunday school? I've just come from San Antone with my wife, said Potter. I'm married. Married? Said Scratchy, not at all comprehending. Yes, married. I'm married, said Potter. Married? Said Scratchy. Seemingly for the first time, Wilson saw the woman at the other man's side. No, he said. He moved a pace backwards, and his arm, with the revolver, dropped to his side. Is this the lady? He asked. Yes, this is the lady, answered Potter. Well, said Wilson, at last, slowly. I suppose it's all off now. It's your decision, Scratchy. I ain't looking for trouble. Potter lifted his suitcase. Wilson was looking at the ground. Married, he said. Scratchy Wilson picked up his revolver from the floor. Placing both weapons in their holsters, he went away. His feet made tracks in the heavy sand.